10th, the cruelest punishment of the Middle Ages. Prepare yourself to delve into a dark chapter of human history where cruelty knew no bounds and the imagination of executioners surpassed compassion. For centuries, pain and suffering were used as public spectacles, demonstrations of power, and even divine justification. Have you ever wondered how far humanity can go to instill fear and control? In this video, we will explore the 10 most brutal punishments ever practiced in human history, revealing methods so savage they defy comprehension. With each page of this horror, one inevitable question remains. What do these acts say about the darkest side of our species? Brace yourself, because what you'll uncover is not for the faint of heart. In ancient Rome, crucifixion was a brutal method of execution. The legendary Roman Emperor Camus was associated with this form of punishment. In the Middle Ages, execution methods in Europe became even more barbaric, often targeting murderers. Records from the Holy Roman Empire describe inhumane practices. Prisoners were tied to planks, dragged by horses to the execution site, and brutally beaten. The final blow, delivered directly to the spinal column, left the body twisted and displayed on a wheel for public intimidation. Another barbaric method involved the prisoner being tied to a rotating structure, continuously tortured while the public watched without obstruction. Sometimes the process began with breaking the victim's limbs, intensifying their agony. On October 1st, 1786, the cruelest case recorded was that of T.K. Randborg. Heinrich Stahl, sentenced to the wheel, sustained fatal injuries but survived for 6 hours. This type of punishment was not just a penalty, but also a display of the ruler's power. 9th, the Iron Maiden. Although the existence of the Iron Maiden is controversial, its reputation as a medieval torture device is terrifying. Described as a wooden or metal box with inner walls lined with spikes, it was designed to inflict extreme suffering. Historians still debate whether its fame stems more from legends than actual use. 8th, crushing and burning. An ancient method of execution involved crushing the prisoner with heavy stones or rollers. Popular during witch trials in Europe, this punishment led to the deaths of countless women wrongly accused. 7th, water torture. Seemingly harmless, water torture was devastating. Victims were forced to ingest water until they suffocated or were scalded with boiling liquids. This method, used in the Middle Ages, continued into modern practices, even adopted by agencies like the CIA. 6th, the rack. This medieval practice stretched the victim's body until their muscles and bones were dislocated, causing excruciating pain. One survivor reported daily torture sessions lasting 2 hours over 4 consecutive days. 5th, Aztec sacrifices. The Aztec gods demanded human sacrifices, often in extremely violent ways. Bodies were dismembered and hearts were removed while the victims were still alive. These practices, though shocking, were deeply rooted in the religious beliefs of the time. 4th, burning and smoke. Between 1478 and 1490, more than 2,000 people were burned alive in Spain during the Inquisition. This punishment was also used in ancient Rome and Moscow, leaving a bloody legacy in history. 3rd, blood eagle. Described in Norse legends, the blood eagle was a horrifying method of execution. The victims' ribs were cut open, and their lungs were removed and displayed like wings. Although its actual existence is debated, it remains one of the most terrifying methods recorded. 2nd, the Great Pyramid. This torture method involves suspending the prisoner over a pyramid-shaped structure, with the body slowly impaled by the pyramid's tip. Additional weights were tied to the legs to intensify the suffering. 1st, the worst punishments of the Inquisition. Instruments like the Iron Maiden and the Great Pyramid were used not only to punish, but also to intimidate the population. These tools represented the absolute power of rulers and the brutality of the religious systems of the time.